I just naturally assumed it was a pill version of Mounjaro. However, I was wrong.
For the first time, we have a much more reliable oral tablet. Orforglipron is looking nearer the 9-10% of total body weight loss. It's been released in the States as a trial medication. In the UK, we think it may be released later this summer.
Welcome to this week's podcast. This is Mel Harris, and thank you for joining me. I have got with us Mr. Shaw Summers, who has done quite a few episodes for us now. Today, we're going to be talking about a new drug that's been released. It's from Eli Lilly, who produced Mounjaro. And so I just naturally assumed it was a pill version of Mounjaro. However, I was wrong. And I'm going to welcome Mr. Shaw Summers, and he's going to tell us all about it. So, Shaw, thank you very much for being with us again.
Thank you, Mel. A new drug from Eli Lilly, Orforglipron.
Run that by me again.
Orforglipron, that's its drug name, chemical name. We think that the marketing name for the UK will be likely to be Foundeo.
Okay.
Don't ask.
I won't.
How they come up with these names, but it's all to do with trademarking and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, Orforglipron is a tablet weight loss medication that has a similar action to the injectables, but it's not the same.
Okay.
As you might remember, the injectable medications are based on a hormone called GLP-1, which your body normally makes, and it's what's called a peptide, a very small protein, which is why you have to inject it, because if you take a protein by mouth, guess what your stomach and your digestion does to it? It digests it, so it doesn't work. So that's why you have to inject it. And these protein hormones affect a receptor called GLP-1 receptor, which has the effects that we now understand of reducing your appetite, increasing satiety, and switching on your metabolism. This new tablet is not a peptide, so you can take it by mouth. It's a small molecule that gets into the system, into your body, and attaches itself to the same receptor that the GLP-1 peptides do, and has the same effects. So essentially, it's switching on the same receptor that drugs like Wegovy and Mounjaro get to. But I have to say, Mounjaro is different. Mounjaro has a second hormone action, and that's GIP, not GLP, GIP. So it's a second hormone with a second lot of effects. But the Orforglipron doesn't do that. It's just GLP-1. So it's the same class of actions as Wegovy, ozempic, and all the other drugs in that same class. Still useful, still a great step forward, because for the first time we have a much more reliable oral tablet. The original oral tablet, there is an oral version of Wegovy called Ribelsus, and that really never took off because it has to be taken very strictly on an empty stomach and nothing to eat or drink for half an hour afterwards, so that you absorb it, and its effects weren't quite as good. We were looking at 6 to 8% body weight loss over a trial period of, say, 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Whereas Orforglipron is looking nearer the 9-10% of total body weight loss over the same sort of period. And Orforglipron is a drug that you can take basically any time. There's no restriction as to what you should take it with, how you take it, etc. So it gives an element of freedom in terms of how it's used, and it is effective. But again, Mel, we mustn't confuse these as the only treatments that people should consider for weight loss. It's all down to the individual. It's all down to what the individual needs. Is it just a little bit of weight loss? Is it just control of their associated illnesses like diabetes or blood pressure? Or do they need a lot of weight loss? In which case, actually, we need to talk about other things that might be more effective and more durable in the long term.
So it's had very good results, but still not quite as good as the injectables in terms of weight loss.
That's correct.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So it's not as good as the injectables because the injectables get right into your system.
Yeah.
So there's no absorption issues, and you can make sure that they are much more reliable bioavailability, because especially with the weekly injectables, you've given the injection, and for that whole week, you're going to have a steady dose of that drug. And so it works.
Right.
Whereas if you're popping a tablet every day and you think, oh, I forgot to take my tablet this morning, I'll take it this evening, then I'll take another one tomorrow morning. The dosage levels can vary and it's not as effective. You can't always rely on people to take it at the same time every day with the same circumstances. And then there's the other things of there are certain foods you can take with medication which diminish your drug absorption, like a cup of tea. You shouldn't have a cup of tea within half an hour of taking any medications.
Because? Why? What did... Go
Ah.
on. What would a cup of tea
Why?
do?
'Cause
I've been known to take pills with a cup of tea to swallow it down.
No.
Tell me more.
I mean, there are certain medications like thyroxine, for instance. Please don't take that with a cup of tea because it won't absorb properly. Grapefruit juice, another one. People go, oh, I love a grapefruit in the morning. I have my tablets, have my breakfast with grapefruit. Why are you surprised your tablets aren't working? Grapefruit absolutely wipes out drug absorption.
Is that because of the acid content in grapefruit?
No, because it's just grapefruit. There's a chemical in the grapefruit that just binds to drugs and stops them getting in. So that's why tablets generally don't seem to be as effective, or certain tablets, as effective as an injectable version of the same. The injectable gets right into your system and it's steady, especially the long-acting medications.
Do you remember when you could actually talk to someone who knew your name, understood your business, and gave you advice you could trust? Well, at Simply Insurance Solutions, that is still who we are and how we work. We work with you to assess your current insurance needs and make sure that you have exactly the right cover, nothing more, nothing less. With over 40 years of knowledge and experience, our primary objective is to secure the most comprehensive cover that's robust and relevant for you at the most competitive price. Whether it's the increasingly essential cybersecurity, your commercial property, business, or your home, call 01707 291 200 and press 3 and 3. It'll get you through quickly and you'll be able to book your free, no obligation insurance review. Remember, the gaps in your cover won't show up until it's too late. That is absolutely fascinating. I would never have thought that a cup of tea could hinder your progress with or even the benefit of taking pill medication. I would never have thought of that. So that's fascinating. Is it the tannin,
one of these
the
things
heat?
It can be any number of things. What you've taken by mouth can affect different drugs in different ways. So things like patients who are on anticoagulants, like the classic one, warfarin, we know that people who decide to take grapefruit juice doesn't work, basically. Similarly, patients who've had transplants are told do not eat grapefruits or have grapefruit juice because your anti-rejection medication won't work. Wow. And you'll reject your organ. Wow. So there are, a number of drugs for which it is absolutely critical. But what you take by mouth can, in terms of your food, drink, can affect the way certain drugs are absorbed. Okay. Which is why the Ribelsus, the semaglutide, or the Wegovy oral version, you have to have on an empty stomach with a bit of water and then nothing to eat or drink for 30 minutes. Otherwise, the stuff just doesn't get absorbed. And so they're very strict on that.
Yeah, sorry, sure to interrupt you there, but can I just clarify then? Is it that you can't eat grapefruit at all when you're on these drugs, or you can't eat it within a certain amount of time of taking them? Because obviously one of the biggest differences is whereas the injectables are one time a week, with the pill medication, it's every day.
Yeah. So the recommendation is not to have grapefruit at all,
Okay.
which is a shame because it's quite nice.
Yeah. And
But
considered healthy.
it's yes, correct. But it's just the way it works. Also, once the grapefruit is in your system, it seems to have an effect to inhibit drug availability to the body as well. Yeah, no grapefruit, no cups of tea. But that's if you need to take a tablet every day. And for many people who are used to doing the injections, actually, my advice would be stick with it. Don't change your winning course, because the injections, you do it once a week and it's done.
Yeah.
And you've then got a nice steady state of the medication in your system for the rest of that week. Whereas a tablet, as I said, you've got to take it at the same time every day. You've got to remember. I get the convenience of the tablets.
But I imagine also it's going to be cheaper than the injectable.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't bet on it. Well, if it is, then no one will buy the injection.
Yeah.
And the company, I'm not sure the company will go for that approach. The same company makes both. They've just built hundreds of factories to make Mounjaro.
Yeah.
They don't suddenly want to shut them all down just
Okay.
because they brought out a tablet.
Yeah.
So I suspect they'll be the same price.
That's very interesting because, I mean, I've read in quite a few places that it's a lot cheaper to produce a pill than it is to produce an injectable.
The cost of production does not
Reflect
always
the price.
reflect the price. The price is what the market will pay.
Right. So is this new pill available yet? I mean, I think it's been released in the
Not
States,
in the
has
UK.
it? Right.
It's been released in the States as a trial medication. In the UK, we think it may be released later this summer. There are a number of providers that are taking expressions of interest. So our own pharmacy at Roxy and Rex and Streamline, we're going to be open to registrations of interest, so that when the drug becomes available, it'll be on a first come, first served basis. And if you've registered your interest with our pharmacy, we'll get the drug out to you as soon as it becomes available. As a sort of recognised weight loss treatment provider, the companies like Eli Lilly are very keen that we provide the drug first, because that way patients will get looked after, they'll get the best results, and if there's any side effects or any issues, we're qualified and available to handle them, talk them through them.
Yeah, so they'll go through the same process of medical checks that they would in any other procedure or drug.
Yeah, that's right. It's just because it's a tablet doesn't mean it's any safer. So the side effect profile is the same.
Right.
And they, in their studies with Orforglipron, they found that at the highest doses, about 1 in 10 patients had to stop because of the side effects of nausea and vomiting and all the things you get with a high dose of Mounjaro or Wegovy. So, it's still an active drug, and it's still open to misuse, whether that's willful or accidental misuse, thinking you're doing the right thing, pushing the dose up to get more weight loss, when actually all you're going to do is get more side effects, but no more weight loss. The only weight loss you'll get is because you're vomiting all the time, and that's not a good strategy.
Okay, so here you go, guys. Basically, there's going to be a pill. It's not going to be exactly the same as the injectables you may already be taking, but it could be available for trial, not on general release, by September this year in the UK. Thank you, Shaw. That was really, really interesting. Again, very enlightening. I've certainly learned some new things for this week. This has been me, Mel Harris, with Mr. Shaw Summers, wishing you a great day, whatever it is you're doing, and we'll see you next time.